Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on what part of the world you're joining us from. My name is Jay Garcia. I'm the Senior Manager for Fortinet's Global Veterans Program as well as Community Engagement. Anyone that's operating in this space understands that there is a serious shortage of people with the skills needed to plan, implement, and manage a cybersecurity strategy. In fact, according to recent studies from ISC Square, I think that by the end of this year, this deficit is going to grow to about 3.2 million folks globally. The question everyone in the industry is asking is, where are we going to find these resources to fill this gap, right? And it's not getting easier. The networks are undergoing dramatic transformation, fueled by BYOD, virtualization, cloud deployments, work from home. Things are only getting tougher. It is projected that, again, right, we always want to hear these stats. By the end of the year, cybercrime is costing in the tunes of trillions of dollars, right? Now, this is a perfect opportunity for our military community. There is definitely strong synergies between military service and the cybersecurity space. And that's some of the things that we're going to cover on today's presentation. So without further ado, let me go over this slide real quick. At the time, there is, again, the skill shortage. There's a lot of man stations that are undermanned. The veteran unemployment rate globally right now, depending on which stats we look at, but is roughly sitting at about 9%. The areas that we focus in, the Five Eyes, right? Canada, United States, Australia, New Zealand, as well as the U.S. So combined, we're looking at about 9% veteran unemployment rate. For the United States specifically, we're looking at about 250,000 service members leaving the military every year. Unemployment rate here, it's anywhere from 3 to 4%, the current stats. But at the same time, we look at the underemployment as well as unemployment for our military spouses. So we cannot forget about our military spouses. As a military service member, we know that the home is taken care of. When we're deploying, when we're doing training, somebody is left behind, and that is that military spouse to manage the day in, day out activities. So with that, I also want to remind us that we have our women veterans. If we take a look at the industry as a whole, anywhere from 20 to 25% of the cybersecurity workforce is comprised of females. Let's work on that, right? Let's work on that. In my eyes, it should be anywhere around 40 to 50%, right? Even split. Military veterans, we have approximately 2 million living in the United States. 30,000 leaving the service every year. Let's capitalize. Let's get women in cybersecurity. Let's get women in technology. And with that, we can definitely bridge the cybersecurity skill space. Now, let's dig even deeper, right? Why should we focus on women? Why should we focus on bridging the skills gap with military veterans? Because there's the strong synergies. On the business case, we can always say that there's definitely tax credits. But what I like to focus on is definitely the transferable skills. You as a job seeker, you have some leverage. When we take a look at the business side, we can always tell that employer, hey, don't worry about our relocation because we got it covered when we exit the military. Don't worry about paying for secret clearances or clearances at the time because the ones that we hold are still valid for some period of time. So on the business case, there's definitely leverage that you have as a transitioning service member, as a veteran, when you're approaching these organizations. Now, when we take a look at the transferable skills, right? You work well under pressure. We all will work fantastic under pressure. We're not going to crawl into a fetal position when something goes wrong, right? We work in structured environments. So on the transferable skill set, these are some of the things that we need to leverage on when we're speaking to a lot of the employers that want to attract or hire and retain military talent. And there's also the immediate contributors. So when I take a look at what are the things that somebody brings to the organization, I can always think of a service member. A service member can learn and pick up a new job, a new MOS, a new job in the military at a moment's notice. There's OJT. We work well under pressure. We can multitask. We can perform, and we can learn new traits. This is where you guys, us as a veteran, can translate our skills to be able to join those organizations. Now, and I apologize, the slides are a little bit delayed. Let me stop talking and go to the next one. Our answer, our response, right, here at Fortinet is the creation of a veterans program. The veterans program's focus is to bridge this gap by facilitating the transition of military service members as well as military spouses into the cybersecurity space, into the IT industry. And we do that by providing a few resources. Some of the resources that we provide, obviously with this partnership that we have with VetSec, is additional cybersecurity training and education. That is one of the pillars of our program. The other pillar of our veterans program is to be able to provide mentorship and coaching. And the third pillar of our veterans program is definitely the networking opportunity. Now, I will get into each one of them here in a little bit, but these are very important. These are resources that are completely free. They don't cost a dime. They don't take your Montgomery GI Bill. These are completely free. Why? Because here at Fortinet, we want to bridge the cybersecurity skills gap, but we want to focus on the military community. Again, going back to those transferable skills. Veterans make immediate contributors to the organization, and at the same time, there is those business benefits from organizations as a whole targeting the military population. So let's get into the details of this program. There's definitely some requirements. One of the requirements is that this is open to any active duty service member. If you're a veteran, it doesn't matter when you serve, it doesn't matter which country you served in. This program is made available to any veteran as long as they left the military with an honorable discharge. For guard as well as reserves, this is available whenever, and as well for the military spouses. So if you're a military spouse and your husband served back 5 years ago, you still qualify for this program. You go through a series of interviews. You definitely have to leave a favorable impression, and you also have to sign a communication agreement. And we can get into that as we go on this presentation. The interview process is pretty simple, pretty straightforward. This is a recorded interview. When somebody applies for this veterans program, we are going to provide you a link where you can record yourself answering some basic questions about an organization. When was the organization founded? The structure of the organization, any offices, current offices where you're thinking that you're going to go target for those opportunities that are going to be presented to. As far as the finances, where's the stock value per share, the current value, right? These are important financial questions that you want to make sure that you do your research on, because at the end of the day, it does no good for a transitioning service member to spend time, resources in an organization that perhaps is not going to pay well, is not going to promote, because they're facing some financial situations. So there's one of the questions for the interviews, right? As well as other type of questions, behavioral type of questions. One example that I can give you is, when was the last time you made a mistake, and what are you doing to correct it? Or what did you do to fix that mistake? And another question that we're going to ask, totally on the different spectrum, is what type of roles are you pursuing, and what transferable skills that you bring for that position? What skill set that you bring? Again, this is a recorded interview. Once you submit it, we will review it. Our team will reply back with the appropriate response, whether you made the cut or you didn't make the cut. For those veterans that have an issue with recording interviews, we also offer the opportunity to do a live interview with one of our team members. Once you're in the program and you get accepted into the program, what we do is we create a battle card, a condensed resume. This visual resume paints a snapshot of what you bring to an organization, your skill set. As you can see, this is what a battle card looks like. We have both a military veteran and we also have an example of a military spouse that utilize these services. Now, once these battle cards are created, what we do is we disseminate them internally amongst our talent acquisition teams, as well as externally. This is the network opportunity. It's huge. We have a pool of about 400 plus different industry partners, employer partners, and we're going to see some later down on this presentation. We connect you with those individuals, those folks, depending on the regions that you're looking for employment in. Fortinet, we only have about 5 locations in the United States, 5 offices, 5 hubs. So if I have a veteran that is looking for employment in Michigan, we do not have a hub in Michigan, and we might not have a remote position for that individual in Michigan. But what we do have is a list of organizations that use the Fortinet technology that we can connect you with for those opportunities. We use the battle card to be able to make those connections. Again, it shows your strengths, your certifications, your education, the skill set that you bring to the table, as well as a brief snapshot of your military history. These battle cards are provided to this network of employers, and here is where those opportunities come to play. Now, the program. This program lasts for 6 months. To be honest here, there are some veterans, they join the program, they receive training, and they get hired inside the 6-month window. That means that they're not going to be fully utilizing the program for those 6 months. But there are those individuals that apply for the program, they'll get hired, and they continue taking advantage of the learning portion of the offering. We always say, Marine Corps veteran here, once a Marine, always a Marine. When you get accepted into the program, we call you a Fortinet veteran, a FortiVet. Once a FortiVet, always a FortiVet. So it doesn't matter if you connect with an employment opportunity, you will always have the opportunity to take the learning, and with the learning comes exempt vouchers that you can claim to upskill yourself in Fortinet technology for positions either with Fortinet or with one of our hiring partners. This program, again, is 6 months, is at no cost to the veteran, the FortiVet, or the employer that hires you. We're not a staffing agency. Contrary to popular belief, and most veterans, they're like, wait a minute, you guys are a staffing agency. We are not a staffing agency. This program is completely free to the candidate as well as to that hiring partner. Upon completion, we can present you with letters of recommendations, certificates from an NSCI training institute that showcases the skill set that you learned while you were part of this program. Again, the recap, during the program, you're going to be able to capitalize on those 3 pillars: the training, the networking, as well as the mentorship opportunity. Now, the mentorship is key. If you're a veteran that applies for this program and you are looking for a SOC analyst role or a systems engineer or a business development role, whatever role that you are pursuing, we can connect you with a mentor. Again, this is by request. We're not going to push mentors down your throat because we know that you have plenty of things going on with your life. So if you're pursuing, which is, a role in business development or account management, we're going to highly suggest, but we're not going to force you to take a mentor. We can connect you with a mentor that does that specific job. That way they can provide you with the best service and guide you in the right direction. So again, mentorship, coaching, and training, as well as a networking opportunity, are things that you can benefit from this program. Now, the training. What type of training are you talking about, Jay? The training through the Fortinet Network Security Expert Training Institute. This program is fantastic. It's an 8-level program of certifications where your beginning certifications start with NSC 1, 2, and 3. These are entry-level type of training. These are certificates that you can print on the NSCI training platform after you complete the courses and take the quizzes, the tests that are offered through the platform. Those are not certifications. Those are certificates. They recognize that you went through some training, you understand the cybersecurity landscape, the evolution of cybersecurity, basic fundamentals. For those that were in the military here in the United States, We call the, annual training in cybersecurity, PII, for a lot of, my Marine and Navy veterans here. We take a military course, Uncle Sam's OPSEC course. NSC 1, 2, and 3 are similar to that. You understand the basics, the landscape. You do not start getting technical until you start the NSC 4. The NSC 4 certification, it covers FortiGate security as well as FortiGate infrastructure. FortiGates being our firewalls. NSC 4 is what the employers want to see. It doesn't mean that if you have NSC 1, 2, and 3, they're still not going to recognize that and see your resume and your battle cards. But typically what they look for is the NSC 4 certification. The NSC 4 certification, again, is 2 modules, FortiGate security, FortiGate infrastructure. It takes about 34 to 35 hours to complete that training. Through the partnership that we have with VetSec, if you enroll on the NSC 4 training, upon completion, you will also be able to get virtual labs for the PRAC application, the hands-on. Once you complete those virtual labs, oh, by the way, we also offer practice exam questions. Once you complete that training, and by the way, it even gets better, right? It doesn't stop there. We also have a Discord community, NSC 4 study group. Feel free to join it. In this group, we have trainers from our NSCI Training Institute that offer tips, guidance, recommendations. They were able to break off into different study groups by region, either virtually, or if you're next to one of them, you can actually meet them in person. Again, we want you to succeed. We don't want somebody to just take the NSC 4 training. We want you to get certified with the exam voucher that we are going to provide. The NSC 4 exam voucher, it's $400. So with the partnership that we have with VetSec, you qualify to get 1 exam voucher per level of certification. So that means that you can complete the NSC 4. After that, you can enroll in NSC 5. Upon completion of NSC 5, virtual labs, you will get 1 exam voucher to take one of the NSC 5 courses and get that industry certification. And for that, I believe is there, actually there. They're available through Pearson VUE. These are industry certifications that are highly sought after employers because they recognize that you understand Fortinet. You understand our products. And when we take a step back and look at the big picture, a study by ISC Square, when we talk about vendor-specific versus vendor-neutral certifications, I want to say it's like a 42-47 split, that employers want to see candidates with both type of certifications, on the vendor-neutral side as well as on the vendor-specific side of things. So these exams administered at Pearson VUE, definitely a great opportunity to get certified on Fortinet technology. Oh, by the way, we have about 800 openings globally. So stomp my foot on the ground, right? Why am I showing you this slide? Because there's plenty of opportunities. When somebody applies for our veterans program, we want to make sure that you are pursuing the proper training that is going to align with the jobs that you are trying to pursue. So we provide you resources. What you see here are other nonprofit organizations. These nonprofit organizations also offer additional training. For example, one that is out there, Onward to Opportunity. Did you know, rhetorical question, right? Through Onward to Opportunity, you can actually get a free CISSP certification or any of the CompTIA certifications. I think, well, actually, not all of them or any of them. I think they have A+, Net+, and Sec+ certifications. These, again, are completely for free. So, again, there's a lot of nonprofit organizations out there that offer additional training, additional opportunities for you to upskill yourself or reskill yourself to get into this industry, right? Joseph, my apologies, my man. Completely free, right? So there's a lot of nonprofit organizations. Take advantage of that. Take advantage of the mentors that can recommend which certifications to go for. But there's also cyberseek.org. They offer recommendations, right? You can go down cyberseek.org, look for the different positions that are available, whether beginner level, intermediate, or expert type of positions. And they offer a nice breakdown of what common job titles are out there in the industry. What type of skills you need to have that align with the NIST framework for those particular roles, as well as what type of certifications, college degrees, or they also give you the average salary ranges and positions by region. So cybersec.org, fantastic tool. But again, there's a lot of free resources out there. Please connect. Everybody that applies for our veterans program, we always send them a list of resources, or better yet, you can actually Google it yourself, download it, look for on Google, transitioning service members cheat sheet. Transitioning service members cheat sheet. This is a one-stop shop full of resources. A PDF, I want to say it's about 9 pages. It's broken down by sections. Towards the middle of that document, there's the IT cybersecurity section. The first hyperlink that you're going to see there is our veterans program, and you're going to see about 22 different hyperlinks that offers additional training opportunities for somebody that is looking to get into IT cybersecurity. But enough on this slide. Let's move on. So there's a lot of opportunities in this space. Plenty of opportunities. From those individuals that apply for our veterans program, here are some of the careers and potential positions that they've been able to land, right? Whether it's, security engineers, SOC analysts, whether, it's marketing roles or sales or HR roles or penetration testers. The industry is huge, right? For somebody that it's not technical, you can still get into the cybersecurity industry and do something else other than technical, right? And what you also see on this slide is some of those employer partners that are looking for candidates from our veterans program. The list goes on. I mean, anything from your telecoms, Verizon, Sprints of the world, to your federal guys, DXC, Perspecta, Booz Allen, Lockheed Martin, to your MSSPs, your managed security service providers, right? Some retailers, some resellers that are out there as well. And the list is on. Again, we have about 420, I believe, different organizations that are looking at the candidates that come through our veterans program. So fantastic opportunity to connect with jobs, right? So who is Fortinet? And I left this slide towards the end. Why? Because, this is a program that it's unique to us, but there are other programs that are available out there. We hire from this veterans program, right? Fortinet, if you don't know, right now it's leading, in a lot of areas within the cybersecurity space, right? The most patented, the broadest portfolio. We cover, I want to say 35% of shipments globally. So what does that mean? I mean, this is one organization, 30+% of all shipments globally. There's a lot of organizations that are using our technology. If you're here, you're a veteran, you're a military spouse, do our training, get certified. Obviously, you got to have the experience. Employers value experience. They value certifications. They value education, right? The whole person concept, the candidate, right? There's opportunities out there, especially when we cover 30% of the market share. It's a great organization. I've been with Fortinet for 4+ years. Marine Corps veteran, left the service. I utilized the Fortinet Veterans Program, and I found a job at Fortinet to actually run the veterans program. So the program works. I'm living proof, right? And there's plenty of other success stories that are out there. But a snapshot of Fortinet again, about 9,000 employees, 100 offices worldwide. In the United States, we have 6 hubs, actually, 6 offices. We have the corporate headquarters in Sunnyvale, California, San Jose area, Silicon Valley. Further south, way south, on the west side, we have one in Dallas, Texas, Plano, Texas. Then we shift to the East Coast. East Coast, we have one in Sunrise, Florida, next to Miami. That is considered our Latin American headquarters. They're looking for individuals that are looking for employment southeast of the United States and south of the U.S.-Mexican border, Latin America, and the Caribbean. Fantastic team over there. So that's one hub. We go north. We have our federal team operating out of Reston, Virginia, the DC area. Our federal team, I want to say a good 70% of those with that team are all veterans. For those that are looking for roles and you possess a top secret clearance, please, they go to those teams. And then we shift the focus a little bit north of that. We have an office in Madison, New York City, right across the Madison Square Garden. And then we recently opened a hub in Boston as well. A lot of opportunity for employment, a lot of opportunity for growth. And when we talk to service members, when we talk to job seekers, military community, I speak with a lot of my peers. And this is my guidance to the job seekers. Do not just focus on direct salary. Do not just focus on direct salary as part of the compensation, right? Plenty of my peers, they're like, well, Jay, you know what? I'm not going to take the offer because for this role, the norm, the average is, let's say, 100,000, but they're offering 80,000 or 90,000. Should I take it? Or I'm not going to take it because they're not meeting me, the extra 10,000. Well, I always tell them, right? Is it a remote position? Because if it is, you're saving some money. Also, I always ask for them, how is their personal time off, their pay time off, as I call it, right? How many days of vacation that you get per year, right? Look at the team that you're going to be working with. And the question that I always ask them is, are they offering stock? Are they going to offer shares as part of the compensation package for the offer? And plenty of them, they don't even know what I'm talking about. Well, please ask for stock as part of your compensation package. And there's a reason why I haven't left Fortinet. And I'm going to share with everybody here because this is a great organization and I want you guys to apply for roles here. When I joined Fortinet, and this is public, information, 4 years ago, it's on LinkedIn, right? The stock was sitting at $37 a share. $37 a share 4 years ago. Go take a look at where you're sitting at today. I want to say it's like 3 something. FTNT, that's a ticker symbol. FTNT, right? So please, 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 always take a look at what else comes with that 80,000 a year offer. What else can you get? Because at the same time, there, my community here, I do not want you guys to get lowball. Please, please, please. That's why it's important that you connect with mentors, right? 800 roles available at Fortinet. Please apply for a veterans program, connect with myself or somebody in our team, and we'll be able to guide you and kind of point you in the right direction. It doesn't mean that you're going to get a job at Fortinet, right? We cannot hire everyone, right? But we're going to be able to do the best that we can. And if we cannot connect you with an opportunity at Fortinet, we try to connect you with an opportunity with one of the hiring partners that we have in this program. Here's some success stories, right? Success stories that apply for a veterans program. They've been able to connect with opportunities, training opportunities, employment opportunities, and gone on to do great things in the industry. Now what? What do we do? Simple steps, right? Please capitalize on the skills that you bring from the military and bring them into this industry. Again, 0% unemployment rate among security engineers. There are programs, plenty of programs to include our veterans program that can offer the training, the mentorship, the coaching, and the network to connect you with an opportunity. Please use the programs that are available to you. Use the ones that are free. MGI Bill money, please leave that. The benefits you get from the military, if you can, right? Use those for a college degree because college is important and education is important, right? I want you guys to not just be looking for horizontal growth, but also vertical growth, right? If you're going for those leadership roles, they want to see college degrees. You might not need a college degree for an entry-level role, but those are necessary and they will help you out, right? So please utilize all the programs that are available. My information is here. Feel free to follow us. We have a LinkedIn community group. Fortinet Veterans, Fortinet Community on LinkedIn, or you can send an email to veterans@fortinet.com, or you can sign up through our training. The links were provided by Thomas on the Discord group for VetSec. Other than that, I don't think I have an opportunity to answer questions, or do I, on this chat? Is there any questions? Is this something we should list on resumes? I'm a little bit confused. VetSec. Yeah, I think Tom is the only one that can bring somebody in. I would say try and see what comes up. Okay, no, that's a great question, Genevieve. So again, industry certifications, right? I was speaking about the Fortinet NSC certifications, Fortinet Network Security Expert certifications. So not VetSec, actually Fortinet. You can just do a search, jobs requiring NSC4 certifications, and there's going to be a list that are going to appear. I always recommend, right, again, when it comes to training and certifications, have a 50-50 split. Get your CompTIAs, your CEHs, not, trying to stir some things here, but get vendor neutral certifications, but also go for the vendor specific certifications, right? My goal is to provide you with some guidance, some feedback that is going to help you out and connect you with opportunities. Right now, the vendors in the security space, obviously, Fortinet is leading the way, but you also have to take a look at the other cybersecurity vendors. Take some of their training as well, some of their learning opportunities, and they also have programs to help the military community get free vouchers as well. So please take a look at all of them. George Lopez, I think, how many mentors say for cybersecurity versus the candidates? We can do on one-on-one or two mentors for one candidate. Again, it's by request. Right now, I can think of 60 individuals that work at Fortinet. Majority are veterans. Some are not veterans that are available for mentorship, coaching opportunities. They can put you through a mock interview, a panel interview. They can offer you assistance with the training portion as well. So yeah, there's definitely a lot of opportunity. Any more questions? I don't think I have any more. Perfect, team. Thank you. Thank you for your time. I'm not sure if Tom is going to close everything down, but if you have questions, again, feel free, veterans@fortinet.com, or you can just Google Fortinet Veterans Program, and we'll be able to assist you, be able to help you out. Feel free and connect with on LinkedIn as well. There's definitely a lot of opportunities that are out there. Thanks, Scott. Have a great rest of your day, folks, and stay in touch. Happy to help out.